Hi, boys and girls, this is Miss Cooper, and today we're going to learn how writers write simple sentences. Our objective for today is I can identify and compose simple sentences. Let's get started. First, we have to ask ourselves the question, what is a sentence? There are three things that we can use to help us identify a sentence. The first one is it's a group of words that express a complete thought. It is an independent clause that contains a subject and a predicate, also known as a verb, and it begins with a capital letter and ends with a punctuation mark, either a period, a question mark, or an exclamation point. Invitation to notice. Here we have 6 groups of words. Each of them follow the last rule that we had where it begins with a capital letter and ends with a punctuation mark. So we have to determine if it's a sentence first by determining if the group of words make a complete thought or if there's a subject and a predicate. So let's look at the first one. If it is a sentence, we're going to give it a thumbs up. If it is not a sentence, we're going to give it a thumbs down. One summer day. Well, I see that one summer day does not give me a complete thought. I do not have a subject or predicate. So in that instance, this would not be a sentence. He never added anything up. Here I have a subject and a predicate. It does make a complete thought, so this would be a sentence. It took 5 days. Once again, we have a subject and a predicate. It makes a complete thought. This is also a sentence. Or the smartest. This one is similar to the first one. I don't have a subject or a predicate. It doesn't make a complete thought, so this would not be a sentence. Tricia was afraid to turn any corner. Here it's a complete thought. I have a subject and a predicate. It is a sentence. And our last one, in that dark place. It doesn't make a complete thought. It does not have a subject or predicate, so this would not be a sentence. So let's review. A sentence is a group of words that express a complete thought. It's an independent clause that contains a subject and a predicate. It begins with a capital letter and ends with a punctuation mark, either a period, a question mark, or an exclamation point. So let's look at our example. In that dark place, she felt completely safe. Here, this seems to be a complete thought. Does it have a subject? Yes, it does. Does it have a predicate? It has a predicate. Does it begin with a capital letter and have a punctuation mark at the end? This example follows all 3 rules above, therefore, this would be a sentence. Now, we've identified how to write a sentence or how to identify a sentence, but now we need to find and identify the different types of sentences. There are 4 types of sentences. The first type of sentence is a declarative sentence. This sentence makes a statement or it tells something. It ends with a period. The example, we went to the store. It follows our rules on identifying a sentence, but since this is telling something, making a statement, it would be a declarative sentence. The next sentence is an imperative sentence. This is the type of sentence that gives a command. It doesn't necessarily have a subject, so the subject is always going to be you. It ends with a period or an exclamation mark. For example, if you say, go to bed, the person that we're talking to is you. So this is why this is a command and it would be an imperative sentence. The next type of sentence is an interrogative sentence. This is the type of sentence that asks a question. When someone asks you a question, you are expected to respond. These types of sentences end with a question mark. An example would be, where is my dog? It's a question and it's waiting for someone to respond to. And our last type of sentence is an exclamatory sentence. This type of sentence shows strong feeling. It ends with an exclamation mark. An example would be, hooray, we won the game. This is showing how someone feels. It's showing us some excitement. Now we have an invitation to notice again. What do we notice about these sentences? We know they are all sentences because they have a subject, they have a predicate, and they have a capital letter at the beginning, punctuation mark at the end, and each of them make a complete thought. But what else do we notice? So, what type of sentence is this? Trisha buried her head in her arms and curled up in a ball. Well, what do we know? We know there's a period and have a subject. It's making a statement. So this would be a declarative sentence. How do I know it's a declarative sentence? Because it is making a statement, one, and it ends with a period. And the subject in this predicate in this sentence, Trisha, would be my subject. What did she do? She buried and she curled. So let's review our previous sentences and see if we can identify what type of sentence they are. The first one, the little girl knew that the promise to read was at last hers. If we review and remember what we talked about, there's two types of sentences that would end with a period. That's a declarative sentence or an imperative sentence. Since I have a subject and the subject is not you, this is a declarative sentence. Do you think I'm smart? We know that there is only one type of sentence that ends with a question mark, and so this would be an interrogative sentence. Then, one day, her mother announced that she had gotten a job teaching in California. This sentence is showing excitement. You're excited about the new job. It's an exclamatory sentence. And finally, Grandma, do you think I'm smart? I'm different. Once again, we have a question mark at the end. So this is an interrogative sentence. Now it's your turn to apply what we've learned about the different types of sentences. You're going to write a paragraph about the last party you either had for yourself or attended. Remember to use each type of sentence at least one time. And when you're done, I invite you to play. You'll get to go and play a game to see if you can identify the different types of sentences.